relationships, okay? More than just your immediate family. So grandparents, great-grandparents, cousins, things like this.
So like vocabulary.
I don't want to hear any whining about this if you speak Chinese. Because there's nothing in the world as complicated as learning this in Chinese, okay? So, maybe. I don't know Korean. All right. When you have to have an app to calculate what your relative is, then you know it's complicated.
There's one for Chinese relative.
Okay. ¿Qué pasó? I know.
Yeah, and then no, but like where I live, Gongong and Papa were for your married.
I don't.
It's like my parents-in-law. So they were every time we said like Gongong, and then they all looked at us like, wait, what? Yeah.
El apellido. ¿Saben apellido? Quizás I never do. Nombre y apellido en el examen, por favor. Nombre y apellido. So, sí, surname.
Oh yeah, it felt so familiar. I was like, how does this have to do with food?
Okay, I thought it's kind of familiar. El apellido. Okay, so we learned this for taking a reservation or something like that, or no sé. El apellido. I'm not going to say anything else about that right now. Okay. El apellido. También ya saben esta palabra. Okay, el bebé. Sí, la bebé. Okay. Pero no es la beba, right? No, es el bebé o la bebé. O los bebés o las bebés. ¿De qué te ríes, Denini? What are you laughing at? Okay.
¿Qué significa bebé?
The baby.
Oh, baby.
Baby. Yeah. There's a brand, a fashion brand, Noes. Noes. That's, I think, this, right? Or does it have an accent?
Really? What's bebe?
Isn't there a brand?
Bebe.
BB or whatever?
Hey Benson, you want to take over?
Why don't you just get a chair and put it on the chair?
I tried.
Isn't this?
See, does it work? I tried.
Your story was made sense.
Right, like isn't this a thing? Is this not a thing?
No, cause she.
Oh, I probably have seen that before.
Oh, that. Oh.
I don't shop there, I just see it. That's not
Use
this.
a calculator.
Wow, that was really helpful minor example.
No es,
Wow.
Oh.
no es bed. Bebé. So we can say cuando fuiste bebé, or cuando eras bebé, actually is better. Cuando eras bebé, when you were a baby,
Oh.
¿qué hacías? By the way, please listen to the tenses that I'm using as a tasty little preview of what our grammar is going to be.
Oh.
Imperfect.
Oh.
Cuando eras bebé, ¿qué hacías, Terry? So, ser and hacer. Cuando eras, when you were, bebé, ¿qué hacías? What did you usually do?
Oh.
Why?
Think about it. I'm gonna run randomly.
Oh shoot.
Yo hacía. Or, actually no, you just want to reply conjugating the verb into preterite, or into imperfect.
So it's like Adonia. Yeah, I
No, what did you use?
Oh.
What act, what verb?
Cool.
action that you're thinking about. Okay, so Terry dice llorar. Terry does not need to say, we don't have a used to, okay, in Spanish. We don't say yo hacía llorar or yo estaba llorar. No, we just say yo lloraba. Terry lloraba. That means he used to or he was crying. He used to cry. He was crying. Okay? So cuando Terry era bebé, él lloraba. Okay? See?
How did you find it
I don't know.
have like toddler?
Babies are handheld.
Is that the definition?
I mean, medically, yes. I don't, toddler I'm not as sure in Spanish recognizes really. It's like bebé, and then like niñito, niño, joven, adulto. Usually like kids are niñitos, not niño, niñitos. Yeah. By the way, this is neither here nor there. I just think it's really interesting. And I know I'm jumping into a huge political landmine, but Benson said it, and I thought it was such a.
And Eric's not
When we talk about abortion, and people say, well, it's just a fetus, right? And then I saw a video where someone pointed out, like, this is a big problem for people to support abortion, actually, because when you look at a human life, birth to death, we have stages of development, and we call the stages of a human life embryo, fetus, infant, baby, toddler, teenager, adult, geriatric. And the point is, that's a stage in a human's development. And so to say the fetus is to refer to their actual, in fact, they're a human at that point, which I thought was really interesting. Okay, time in. End of it. All right, let's start talking about a few relationships. ¿Cómo se dice the grandfather or the grandmother? ¿Cómo se dice?
Abuelo, abuela.
El abuelo or la abuela. Bien. So, el bisabuelo or la bisabuela.
Bisabuela.
The great grandfather, the great grandmother, the parents of your grandparents. El bisabuelo, la bisabuela. Okay. Also, while I'm thinking about it, cuando yo digo los padres, ¿qué significa? Mis padres. Parents, usually. This was not a confusing thing until we had to start sorting out questions of gay marriage and things like that. But padres in Spanish is not a political statement. It is the way we say parents. Okay? The reason I say that is later on we're going to learn the word parientes, which does not mean parents. It means relatives. Okay? So, if I want to say my grandparents or my great-grandparents, ¿cómo se dice? Sí, mis bisabuelos. Because we just go back to the grammar rule. In a mixed group where there are both genders, we use the masculine end, right? So los atletas, okay, could be, we don't know, okay, los padres, los abuelos, okay, all of those. So bis just makes it great. So we no decimos, it doesn't have any sort of like big or da, right? It's not, it's just bisabuelo. It's not related to greatness or bigness or anything like that. El bisabuelo, la bisabuela. And actually we should have learned grandchild. I guess we'll learn both of them now. Bis nieto.
Bis nieto.
So, because I kind of went with their alphabetical list, we didn't learn grandchild yet, so apologies. El nieto is the grandchild, and bis nieto is the great grandchild.
Great grandchild.
El nieto, or la nieta. Los nietos, los bisnietos. Okay. Ustedes tienen vivos, alive, bisnietos todavía?
Wait, what?
No, lo siento, bisabuelos.
Sí.
¿Tienen bisabuelos vivos todavía?
Bisabuelos and great grandfather.
¿Sí? ¿Tú tienes bisabuelos vivos todavía? Los padres de sus padres de sus padres.
How do I draw a non-existent grandchild?
Sí, el abuelo de tu papá.
I'll just
So
draw
say el
a
abuelo
dot,
de mi papá.
a egg,
Sí, está vivo, he's alive. Oh,
an egg and a.
oh, la abuela.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
Fertilization.
So, Benson tiene una bisabuela viva todavía. ¿Alguien más? Anybody else? Mi mamá está aquí ahora.
Oh.
Mis hijos le llaman abuela. En español no dicen abuela as much. Just kind of a friendly, just say abuela and abuelo. So, mis hijos llaman a mis padres abuelo y abuela. El or la esposa or esposo.
Spouse.
Spouse.
That's one more.
I don't know what you mean.
Like, there's like usually different ways of saying. What? Yeah, just like different ways of saying like like sometimes you say spouse and then you'll say like wife.
In Espanol, they don't have a separate word for husband and wife. It's the masculine or the feminine word of this word. Okay.
Oh.
But it's very common also to say marido. You don't have to know this. It's just extra. Marido, the one that I married. I married one. Or some places will even still use just plain hombre y mujer.
My man. My woman.
So the man, the husband might say, mi mujer salió para la tienda. She went to the store. And that's not in any way like objectifying her. She would say mi hombre, right? So that's more Latin American. Marido and hombre, mujer, you hear, but this is the word for husband and wife here. Esposo o esposa. Yeah. Mi esposa llega en 2 horas y media. Mi esposa llega,
Aquí.
no, a Taiwan, en 2 horas y media.
Wait, ¿dónde?
Llega,
Arrive.
yeah.
Wait, ¿dónde?
Ella estaba en los Estados Unidos.
Porque.
Oh, ella estaba en
Está ahora en un avión. Estaba en. Porque 2 razones. Ella está trabajando un poquito este año. Un poquito no. Ella trabajó en los Estados Unidos este año. Porque queremos pagar nuestros student loans. Va a trabajar este año un poquito allá, un poquito aquí, during the year. Okay? Entonces, por eso. Esposa, esposo. Okay, 2 más, and then we'll play with them a little bit. El cuñado. Huh? Or I. El cuñado o la cuñada, okay? El cuñado es el hermano de mi esposa. O la cuñada es la hermana de mi esposa. Okay? Brother-in-law, sister-in-law. Okay. This is a much more common term in Spanish. Es más común en español que en inglés. No solamente, like, en inglés yo digo, oh, my brother-in-law lives in America. En español, mi cuñado vive en América. Pero en español, a veces llaman al cuñado. Hola, cuñado. Yo nunca diría, would say, a mi cuñado, hey, brother-in-law. No. Pero en español es más como, hey, cuñado, ¿cómo estás?
Hi, brother.
El cuñado, la cuñada. Okay.
Like,
Last.
Which
See?
doesn't matter if it's like younger or older.
No, Spanish doesn't have any of that.
Muy bien.
It's already better than the Chinese.
Okay, last one. El,
I don't really know.
this
about
looks like an English word, an older English word. Matrimony, that's what they used to say at the wedding ceremonies in English. El matrimonio is the marriage. The marriage.
You know how we have wedding?
Wedding is boda. A wedding, the event where you become married is boda, a wedding. But el matrimonio then is the marriage. Okay, matrimonio.
You should draw a priest.
No, but that's a wedding.
Okay,
Wait, it's
What
the
was the
wedding or the
difference?
marriage?
A marriage. Draw like a certificate. Just kidding.
so this could be a train wreck or it could be really fun. Dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho. Okay, dos grupos.
Who said train wrecks can't be fun?
Okay, I'll be.
Wow.
That was so profound.
How do you even know what we're doing?
Okay, por favor,
It's not even the same thing.
oh, gracias.